Everything you've been told about growth is a lie. All those charts, plans, strategies, milestones, they're supposed to be the magic formula, the answer that takes you from struggling founder, stuck investor, or overwhelmed leader into a realm where everything just works. But here's the brutal truth nobody dares to say out loud. Sometimes the best growth strategy is no strategy at all. That's not a joke. That's not a clickbait headline. It's the hard, raw reality you need to face right now, because clinging desperately to rigid plans might be the very thing crippling your progress. Feel that weight? The crushing pressure to have every move pre-planned, to nail the metrics, to follow the standard path? That's the world's way of keeping you boxed in, a prisoner in a golden cage built of comfort and rules disguised as freedom. Yeah, you've heard all about freedom. You're free to innovate, free to disrupt, they say. But the second you try, the rulebooks snap shut, the voices drown out your sparks, and you're left tangled in the noise of every expert's advice. It crushes the fire inside you, the hunger that's meant to transform not just your company, but the entire damn ecosystem. Don't be fooled by the illusion that more planning, more strategies, more best practices will save you. It won't. It's a trap. Because those strategies are designed for mediocrity. They reward careful, predictable steps, not raw, uncomfortable leaps. They hush the wild ideas. They grind down the edge off your unique genius. And worst of all, they bury your true power beneath layers of conformity and safety nets. But here's the secret that only the true game changers have figured out. Real growth, real explosive, breakthrough growth comes from chaos, from daring to tear up the rulebook. It comes from what you refuse to plan, the moments you embrace uncertainty, and trust your instincts instead of the endless spreadsheets. Because what you need is not another framework that runs on autopilot, but a rhythm of life that's raw, alive, and fiercely personal. You're not meant to be a cog in some pre-laid plan. You're meant to burn, to break, to become more than any strategy could contain. Growth isn't a straight line. It's a violent storm of trial and error, of failing hard and getting up harder. It's a process of unlearning, shedding toxic beliefs about control and certainty, and stepping into a space where your genuine vision can breathe and twist free. You're better off hacking the system with bold experiments, rapid feedback loops, and relentless focus on what feels alive, rather than drowning in endless strategic meetings that promise results but deliver paralysis. Now imagine this. Instead of obsessing over growth charts, quarterly plans, or expensive consultants, you let go. You stop trying to predict every detail. You start listening, not to rules, but to your market, your users, your gut. You connect with the people who actually matter, those few rare ones who see the vision you see and are ready to build with you, unafraid of risk, unafraid of failure. You start trusting that real growth happens when you create space for creativity to run wild, not when you squeeze it into a box. Growth is messy, it's unpredictable, and that's exactly why it works. When you remove the straitjacket of supposed best practice, you light a beacon of possibility in a world addicted to the dull comfort of sameness. You become that edge, the outlier who refuses to settle, who refuses to compromise just to tick boxes. Because the truth is, the system doesn't want you to thrive wildly, only to grow safely and evenly enough to be controlled. Your real power lies in embracing the unknown, defying expectations, and tearing apart the very idea of strategy as a map set in stone. And yeah, that's scary. That's why most never dare to walk this path. They'd rather drown in the sea of checklists, cloaked in the illusion of progress, than face the terror of true freedom. But you aren't most. You're the rare breed, the ones who burn instead of bend. You're done waiting for some outside authority to allow your breakthrough. You feel it deep inside, that unstoppable fire calling you to leap, to act, to break free. So here's the raw advice that will save you. Stop strategizing like your life depends on it. Stop letting your growth plans calcify into cages. Start embracing cycles of doing, reflecting, and pivoting at lightning speed. Focus on building signals, real connections with those few who get you, because none of this is a solo journey. Your network isn't just a tool, it's your lifeline, the spark that turns scattered efforts into a wildfire. Prioritize authenticity over polish, raw experiments over safe bets, learning over claiming to know. Growth is a dance with chaos, not a march through order. It demands ruthless patience, not the kind that waits calmly for slow progress, but the kind that endures every chaotic twist without losing sight of your ungovernable vision. It's about playing the long game, slow burning the essence of what only you can bring to this fractured world hungry for change. And yes, the world will push back. It will scream for you to conform, to pick a side, to follow the proven roads. But remember, those roads lead nowhere new. If you want to break out, to create something that lasts, you have to reject comfort. You have to risk being misunderstood, isolated, even breaking down before breakthrough. Because the system is designed to swallow you whole if you stay within its lines. Instead, tear the lines off. Be violent in your freedom. Question every assumption they bury beneath tradition and best practices. Fight to build your own map, your own language, your own rules, not for everyone, but for you and the few who burn like you. The rebels. The creators. The ones done with playing small. The time for waiting is over. The age of borrowed lives and safe strategies has ended. Growth won't come from a plan. It comes from a movement, your movement, a collective of radical, rare individuals who connect fiercely and transform relentlessly. This is where true power hides, in unleashing your sovereign will and linking with those few who refuse to be tamed. So, what's next? Stop trying to control everything. Stop building castles in the air made of plans that strangle your creativity. Start building living, breathing networks rooted in trust and daring. Dive headfirst into the chaos, knowing that every mistake, every failure, every unexpected success is part of your unique code to growth. Let go of the illusion that you must have it all figured out to move forward. You never will. And that's exactly why you have to move forward anyway. The only way to grow is to become the storm that shatters the illusion of control, the fire that no plan can extinguish, the voice that refuses to be silenced by comfort or consensus. This is the call. Stop strategizing to survive. Start living to become. The moment you do that, no strategy can hold you back. Because real growth doesn't follow a map, it creates a new one. And you are the only one who can draw it.